What if I told you that the next time when you're in a social situation and go completely blank, you will now know how to respond to it, and you'll even know how to get your words together again, making it way less awkward. You all know that moment when you're in a conversation or run into someone, and when the other person asks you something, then you just go completely blank, having no idea what to say or do, and just awkwardly standing there, trying to get your words back together. I'm not only talking about going blank in conversations, it is way deeper than that. Avoiding people because you're scared of going blank, thinking about those moments for a long time, what you could have done better, what those persons are thinking of you now. However, stay with me until the end, because there I'll show you a tiny habit that turns going blank into a moment that actually works in your favor. For this one, we go a few years back. At the time, I just started going to a new gym. I was pretty socially awkward and I struggled a lot with going blank in the gym. I tried to avoid people as much as possible, but every now and then people would ask how many sets I had left, or they'd try to make small talk with me. And most of the time, I just went completely blank. And after awkwardly staring at them for a few seconds, I just said that I was done with the machine and ran away. For the people who recognize this, comment your blank out experiences. I'll read through them and reply where I can. The reason you're going blank is because you're trying to filter everything you want to say. Some of you probably know that already, but knowing that that is the problem is almost useless without knowing why you're doing it and how to fix it. Most people, consciously or unconsciously, think that people are analyzing them, but what before were a lot of great topics and ideas to talk about are now all gone. In 1999, psychologists Jihlovich and Sahvitsky actually did a study about this. They discovered something that completely made me change the way I look at social situations. I was still in that phase, avoiding people and going blank almost every conversation, but the way they looked at it changed a lot for me. They asked participants to wear a really embarrassing shirt and walk around a college campus. Then they asked them, how many people do you think noticed your shirt? The participants consistently overestimated. They thought more than 2/3 of the people noticed. In reality, less than 15% did. Their conclusion was simple but powerful. People think others are paying way more attention to them than they actually are. When I realized this, a lot of weight dropped from my shoulders. I started filtering way less and I stopped avoiding people at the gym and actually met some new people. And going blank happened a lot less often. But if you're still scared of the spotlight focusing on you, you can always redirect it onto someone else. Here is how. In the gym, I had a friend who was really good at this, and he was one of the most liked guys there. Because of it, to shift the spotlight onto someone else, you just show genuine interest in what the other person is saying and ask questions. That way, you don't have to talk or come up with stuff yourself. And the other person feels truly listened to, which is exactly why people liked being around my friend so much. But even after all these methods, no one can eliminate going blank 100%. So here's the habit I promised at the start to turn going blank into something that makes you more trustworthy. Change going blank into an intentional pause. There are two types of situations. The first one, going blank during small talk or a simple question. For example, what are your plans for vacation? Answer in a light and funny or even sarcastic way. One of these three answers. Honestly, no idea. You still figuring that out. Or I was about to ask you the same. And for the second type of situation, going blank in a serious or professional situation, say it in a professional and friendly or even compassionate way. One of these three answers. Give me a second. I don't want to give you a rushed answer. Sorry, it's not coming to my mind right now. Sorry, I just don't know what to say. When I started really practicing these lines in the gym, I was always prepared. It made me way less nervous to be in conversations, and the intentional pause also made people respect me more because they felt I took my time to give them a proper answer instead of rushing.